What's up, guys? Tyler here. Glad to be back doing another video, and this episode, I just like to go over some stuff and uh, kind of feel there's a brink going on in the world of music and in the actual music. Just to be specific to what you're talking about. You almost have to nowadays, and believe that. Fuck yes. But yeah, okay. If those who are late to this, which I'd be surprised if you were, because being that these articles are just like widespread all over the news and internet and interludes and interconnections and flippity bibbity, just stuff in general. And the most the oldest news that was broken through is that former member Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, as in people famously know him for that. Like, people when you mention Lemmy Kilmister, like, people say, "Oh yeah, that's the guy play bass, jacked off and play bass and got drunk every night and played that song from Tony Hawk." No, Lemmy actually has a more in-depth history than that. But him and Motorhead, like, that was probably a big career landmark for him. And just not just in terms of having a career, and oh my god, in this video I'm gonna go over a lot about how being a sellout really takes the essence out of music, and it just kills the whole thing altogether. But Lemmy Kilmister, he actually has a quite in-depth I guess you're just one of those kind of people to watch a documentary on him, and you're just that kind of. But Lemmy goes back to the 60s and 70s. He used to be a roadie, and he played with bands then too. He toured with Floyd, toured with Cream. Did he? But he toured with that bunch, and Hendrix, he was a Hendrix roadie, and he actually met Jimi Hendrix, and he used to go on the road with him, and set up his stuff, tune his guitars, etc., and all that shit. But Lemmy, he was an influence of his own. He had his own things, and just like any artist or any, funny thing, he actually used to be known as the Bishop of Bastard, for those who haven't really checked the insight on his previous kind of jams and jingles. But yeah, he went by the Bishop of Bastard, and after all the gigs he had before, leading up to when people actually started paying attention to him, he got in Motorhead, and his bass really got recollected, and his knowledge of music, and everyone kind of started to acknowledge that. And but yeah, Lemmy Kilmister was announced dead. And I'm not, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know when he did. But it wasn't too long ago. But yeah, he died, he passed, and as I was saying when it happened, that's the way he likes it, baby. He don't want to live forever, and gambling's for fools. But yeah, just another insight into Lemmy Kilmister. If you're still watching this video, and not going and checking out when the newest Kardashian episode shit is coming on, or when Kanye fucks a gay fish, or or when Justin Bieber tries on pantyhose, whatever. whatever you're watching, I don't know, but Lemmy partied every day of his life, and he's actually probably one of the longest living musicians. I mean, he was in the 60s and 70s at the time, and everyone was doing drugs, and you know, all of them got off, you know, like Clapton, and all of them, they got sobriety, and you know that they cleaned up, and but Lemmy, he partied every day since then, man. You know that's just, if that doesn't say milestone, I don't know what does. But anyways, you know, Lemmy, rip, man, you were in the Lord's hands. You'll be missed, and you gave all you could to this world musically. On to next topic. Hey guys, yeah, this segment I just want to go over, you know, I'm sure you've gotten the, confirmation that, David Robert Jones has passed away. Oh, I mean, for your, David Bowie, also known as David Bowie. Space Oddity, Mr. Space Oddity. And the Spiders from Mars. Ziggy Stardust. Yeah, there you go. Well, Ziggy passed away, man. Ziggy passed away. And, everyone's like cradling over him. It was cancer. It was cancer. He was such a sweet child. Look, I mean, when an artist gives, you know, what they can give me, like, all they can to the world, and you know they have a career, and they just give what they can, you know. It's not like God puts them on earth and you know, he grants them like an eternal life to just have a lifespan and make music just for you. It's not like that, man. But David Bowie, he passed of natural causes, you know, and that's just, I'd say he's blessed in that sense. But you know, people, you know, just saying, just, you know, putting different causes. He did have cancer. No, I'm not saying that at all. He don't have cancer, but he was saying that that's such a wide. He was 69, and you know, some people live, you know, in their to 200s. You know, it's just you can't pinpoint when someone's gonna die, but he lived a prosperous life, and he was an influence. I will say that, and a British, I'm not sure, but he just has that kind of like shanty mate, like kind of accent, you know. It's just Liverpool, okay. Would you like a cup of tea? That kind of, but he you know, since people are saying he was the best rock artist, rocker, such a stereotypical term, rock artist that lived. Now, for those of you watching this now, I just want to be brief with you. David Bowie was not the best rock artist that lived, but he was a blazing comet. And as any blazing comet, they land into the moon pool of influences and diversion and make that connection. And for that, I thank him. But David Bowie was, you know, he was alright, you know. I mean, he did. He's like I said, he's like a Liverpool Bob Dylan, you know, just like British Bob Dylan. He did his own thing, you know, and I'm sure that he has all the fans, and you know, he didn't die in love, man. You know that's what counts. He gave all the kids of the world musically, and he David Bowie, he wasn't a sellout. You know, he had his own thing, and you know, I love the man, even though, you know, I never dug, you know, I mean, I listen to like Ziggy Stardust and you know, stuff like that, and Space Oddity, and the rise and fall of Ziggy. You know, he's okay. You know, he's not quite the icing on my cake, but you know, he was awesome. You know, and he's in a better place. And next segment, monumental big-headedness and shit for brains that is, you know, prolonging. But if terms like I'm country, bub. I ain't gonna go out back and bail some hay and fuck my cousin. 3 chords is good enough to make a song. Yeah. Those kind of people, are, I don't even like calling them artists, just people that so happen to have got into the chain of the pop sensation and all the, you know, the rap blowing up, and just people who claim to be country, you know, just, they all somehow sign deals, and, you know, they're out there making records and stuff in the world of music, and yeah, lo and behold, you know, it's fucking people buying them, and, you know, just ongoing chain. But we all know that those songs only contain, like, let's see, probably like 5 elements, you know. It's beer, respecting women, and fat women, fucking fat bitches, you know, and trucks. Get that fucking truck. Look at me. I can drive this truck, and I pay child support, but I get enough money to make upgrades to this piece of shit truck that I keep crashing the same ditch when I come home drunk from the inbred fuck fest. But you know, just bottom line, there are some good country artists out there, you know. And when you come back from the roots of Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, you know, just artists from then, you know, and you know, they're on the tip of my tongue. You know, country music, it's not old country, you know, the roots, it's not something that I go back and like, it's something I recollect, and I'm that fond of it. But you know, you had Conway, that's one I left out. But all of them, see, the things that made them so well received in people is because they talked about stuff that people, not just stuff that people, like, people say, oh, who gives a fuck? Oh, I understand that because it is so relatable. No, they just actually said stuff that made sense and had depth. It wasn't just oh, come on, Bubba, let's go and load up the truck and bring all the fat girls with the IQ below 20, and you know, no, it wasn't all that, and it's became like this fucking, like, blood sucking fucking tumor of shit, and these girls eat it up, man. It's like, half the time, you know, just want to be in the stupid fucking video to be seen. Has nothing to do with the music. Country's become the new pop and rap. It's, like I said, it's a tumor, man, and it just, if you find it remotely appealing at all, you just need to go to the doctor, tell them to rip your balls off, and cut your dick off and sew it to your back. It's just, it's a downward spiral, man. It just, no taste, no thought, no effort. What more could I say about this segment? Neil Young once said, rock and roll can never die. AC/DC once said, rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Rock and roll, it will survive. And it's not gonna die. But according to Gene Simmons, it's already dead. Rock and roll was murdered. Gene Simmons, the bass player, God of Thunder. Bass makeup, guy played bass for Kiss, said rock and roll was dead. Okay. Kiss. You know, just microscopic contribution to rock and roll. But besides image. But a microscopic contribution nonetheless. Okay. Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, Peter Criss, and Gene Simmons. All were and will and always will be the biggest sellouts. As in, they do not give a fuck about the fucking music. They want to get paid. They do not see it as an art form or just in any remote vibe at all besides a business. Thus, hensing their lack of talent, motivation to the craft, and their talent to play. With that being said, there are a lot of artists that, you know, just, I could go on talking about Gene. You know, he is the biggest shithead and biggest scum of the earth and fucking rapist, and you know he's the demon. Yeah, he's the demon, all right. He's the fucking demon turd, that demon turd spawn of the fucking you know, it's just, it puzzles me, you know. It's because you being in that craft and just saying that about any music, period, you know. I mean, saying something's dead, I mean, you know, I mean, rock's been around since 50s, you know. You had the swing, you know, just put a good beat on it in a verse and it's rock and roll. But you know, saying it's dead just because, you know, maybe like a million or a billion teeny trendy teeny boppers who think any kind of music besides what's trending is awkward takes the place of being top on the charts is gonna shake your beliefs and make you think rock and roll is dead. Well, all I gotta say is fuck you in the ass. Fuck you in the ass and fuck your mother. Because if you've got a belief that's the emphasis of rock and roll, then you just need to go somewhere, find a sand burial area, take your head, shove it in the sand, and never raise it up. But anyways, onward to other matters. Gene Simmons said rock was dead. It was murdered. The record industry went downhill. Seismic shift. Saying you can't make it unless you're a emo band or a country band. or a rap. You know, so, Gene said that rap artists are the new rock stars because they have big houses and cars and women and movie stars. They have parties. Okay, so what are you trying to say, Gene? Oh yeah, well he's people don't understand. All he's trying to do is just get you to convert to that other music. And it sickens me in here, man, that someone would do that. Because sustaining, everything that their career and everything that they're in, and labeling, saying that you're a bum if you're still into rock and roll. Now, I just want to put this out here for Gene. If anyone's a bum, he's the bum ass. I mean, this guy cussed out a girl that had cancer, who actually just wanted to talk to him because she's never met a member from Kiss. Leading up to all the sayings, like, there's plenty of artists and rock groups, AC/DC, Slash, Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue, all kinds of artists, man, and, with the, fusion of their critique on his subject matter, AC/DC even had to say, that's his opinion, and it stinks, it's wrong, if he's been polite about it, which, who's this, I don't think Gene is, but, anyways, that bitch, he don't know what he's saying. Gene just lives in this world that rock is when back in the 60s and 70s in the golden era when it was on the shelves and people were eating them up and buying them. It's the 60s and 70s are over, but I mean if you think that that's all rock was just the finesse of kids, and people are going and buying your records and promoting you and giving you money, and you think that that's the essence of rock and roll. I need to tell you something. You need to just put down your fucking instrument, which I'm sure you probably did 10 or 20 years ago, and go fuck your whore playmate model who's probably loose as a fucking goose, and you can throw a hot dog through a hallway by now probably. You just need to host a game show or something, or you need to fucking do a documentary on how much shit and fungus comes out of your tongue when it ceases to succumb to a word or a sentence. That's all I'm saying, Gene. And, like I was telling my cousin, I could go on about this till I see his breath, but it disgusts me, man. And, it's very sad for new bands, and my heart goes out to them. And Gene's telling them that they just don't have a chance. If you play guitar, it's almost impossible. Simmons tells his son Nick, who interviewed him for Esquire, you're better off not even learning how to play guitar or write songs and just singing in the shower and auditioning for the X Factor. And I'm not slamming the X Factor or pop singers, but where's the next Bob Dylan? Where's the next Beatles? Where are the songwriters? Where are the creators? Many of them now have to work behind the scenes to prop up acts and write their stuff for them. There's some truth in that. There is some truth. But Gene, your perspective is still okay. On some videos I've seen, and I go on YouTube and listen to bands regularly, and rock and roll, Gene, when you kick it while it's down, it's gonna roll back over and rise. It's a revelation, Gene. Something you probably have no idea about because you're a fucking Jew and all you care about is money, but there are plenty of bands in the evolution of rock now. Good bands. Kids that are so true to the craft and the cause, and you know, the whole package. And there are bands out there doing stuff and promoting rock, and you know, just been open minded to music and all of it. Um, so to say that it's dead and you know it can't be, rock got resuscitated a long time ago. It never was dead though. So for him to say that, it has no meaning. And as far as I'm concerned, it's he's dead to me. Some of the stuff that he's done and his image and the way he's shifting things and the way he's perceiving stuff and the way he acts. Gene Simmons and Kiss is dead. I mean, like this one dude was saying, when's the last time Kiss put out a good record? Fuck you, Gene. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and before I end this video, I want to go over some comments on some of these subjects and show what what smart and graceful people we have in the world. Just open-minded and fulfilling. Just smart people. Here's some of their comments and opinions.
How could you not like country living? Trucks, beer, guns, farming, bush, and girls, cowboy boots, nice life.
Good country, 1920s, 1990s.
You guys, this one thing I love about Genius is so that makes it
It's amazing after all these years he still remembers how to do the makeup. Amazing.
anyone who thinks Kiss is intelligent has never heard themselves like do some more.
I fucking love Foo Fighters. Please come to El Paso.